I think both teams came out. They played well. Hitters hit the ball well. I think their 8-hitter had a great day today. So if we face them again, I guess we're going to have to figure out how to pitch around her a little more. But I thought the pitchers threw well. I thought the hitters made good adjustments. And, it was nice to get out there and compete against a quality team.
Against a pitcher like Jamie Martin today, it took a while for the offense to get going. Either of you can answer this question. Let's say you got the key double there to bring around a couple of runs. I guess what was the conversation in the dugout about? What were you picking up on, or what were you learning throughout the game to finally break through there in the sixth?
Well, we talked about her being pretty consistent with her pitches. It wasn't moving much around the zone in terms of in, out, up, down. She pretty much stayed where she was beating us. So it just came down to being aggressive and knowing that we could hit her because we could. If only it had happened a little sooner. But as we said, she's a great pitcher. But we tried to tie some hits together. It didn't quite work out in our favor there. Didn't have enough time, but yeah.
Coach, talk about the defense today. A lot of really great plays from your infield specifically, let's see here, and just talk about the way that your team played against a team that is already struggling to hit the ball a little bit.
I think one of the things that my team has done a really good job of is adapt to their infield and the conditions they're in. And Alyssa specifically is going to be a fifth-year shortstop for us, and her confidence and comfort in where she's doing and how she attacks the ball in the game in front of her is honestly going to be hard to replace. Please don't leave. But at the end of the day, it's just the team being comfortable and playing together, and the pitcher trusting the defense behind them to make the plays. And I think one of the things that our defense has started to do a really nice job of is make the plays they need so the pitchers can throw their game.
Speaking of your pitchers today, both of them had good games. Specifically, I want to talk about the sequence where CNU's 8-hitter hit that home run. Basically, 4 straight batters just fouling balls off consistently. Is there, what's going through your head during that time, and is there any change in how you pitch the offense to try to get them to swing and miss, or what was going on in that sequence? As basically every batter was just a bit too early on most every pitch.
So what we long at bats for our opponents, we always look at as a win for our pitchers. If they're putting the ball in a place where the hitter can't keep it fair, then it's a great spot, and we'll keep on coming back to that spot because that's a pitcher win on that pitch. Mm-hmm. And so, the pitcher that was throwing that, she's a freshman. She's young, she's learning, she's doing a really great job of trusting herself. And we've put her in a lot of really tough situations, and she's come through them. So to see her be able to continue to trust her spin and hit her spot and continue to, against a good offense, get them to keep following off, I think she actually did a nice job in those at-bats.
And then Alyssa, you had the double in the 6th. I think it was the one that got caught with the fence. Mm-hmm. Team scores 3 runs, get back within 2. What does that do for your confidence going into later portions of the game? Obviously, the captain scored 3 runs in the back half of that inning. But, talk about what that does for your team's confidence, both for today against a good team and then going into tomorrow.
I think no matter who the hitter is or how it happens, any kind of spark ignites this energy that we have. Unfortunately, it didn't catch well enough today. But when our team has energy and we are up and we can string hits together, it's there's no other word for it other than like magic. Like I can't even describe the feeling to you unless you're there and you feel it. But I know that's coming because we have a lot of softball left to play. So I'm excited for that to come in the next couple days.
Obviously, today wasn't the result you wanted, but you're one of 62 teams still playing. Either of you can answer this. Talk about, being able to continue to play just into another week. And Coach, after that, if you could talk about tomorrow's matchup against Misericordia.
I think any game, any pitch, any play that we get to play longer than the teams that are already done, than the teams that lose tomorrow. I don't want to say it's a gift because we earned it, but it does. It's great to keep playing.
This team has been really fun to coach. They're energetic and they get along and they're funny, and like the fun that they have together on the field and in the dugout and practice and even just on the bus, they're fighting for their season, they're fighting for the opportunity to keep playing, but they're also fighting for the opportunity to stay together. And I think when you're fighting to continue to play with people you love playing with, I think that's sometimes the added edge you need. But as you mentioned, there are 62 teams left, and we've all earned an opportunity to be here, and every team that's playing wants to keep going. So we're all fighting for something. And today was a really good example of two teams that just kept battling back. It was a really great NCAA game.
And then lastly, you have this elimination game tomorrow at 2:30 against Misericordia. Any, I guess, opening thoughts on that? I don't know if you got the chance to see them play. I know you had your own game to get ready for. Are you familiar with them at all?
We actually played a doubleheader against them back in our first games back after our spring trip, actually. The team that we were then and the team that we are now are two completely different teams. We've had a lot of people step up into new roles and really develop as players, and to see the team grow over the last 30 games we played, that's why you play a 40-game season. So we're going to take what we learned from the first time we played them, apply that as we continue to move forward. But at the end of the day, once you're here, what we have to trust is that we have to attack our game, play the way we can, show up the best we can, and just postseason is about which team can make the better adjustments. Every team's good. It's who can figure out a way to continue to outplay the other one. So tomorrow will be just another battle to see who wants to keep going.
Well, congratulations on making the tournament, Coach. And